Well, this is the theme song for these mutants, these cretins with chromosome damage, who are roaming the streets of New York City with not a care in the world because there are no consequences for their actions as they go up and they sucker punch women. Been as many as 7. Nancy, there'll probably be more because you know what happens at first. A lot of victims are not willing to come forward. They're just so shocked, traumatized. And walking into a police precinct to report a crime, let's just say the TLC, tender loving care, ain't there. It's sort of like, what do you want? Well, I just been punched in the face. Go ahead, sit down there. We'll get a sergeant to talk to you. Absolutely. It's some of the worst experiences you've ever had. You would never have that in business. But in a police precinct, it says, sit over there, fill out the paperwork, lady. I got paperwork to do here. But let's talk about not just all 7 of these physical attacks on women, punched in the face, sucker punched by men, but the most egregious of the many, and they're all horrible. But this one, I mean, again, it's an indication of police, judges, and DAs, whether in collaboration, whether separately or independently, turning loose these enemies of women to come out and do it again and again. Now, I'm going to need some translation, Nancy, because unfortunately, the victim of this assault, which is right on Dean Street and Grand Avenue, Crown Heights, is a woman who is a school bus aide. Walking home from her job, she's ready to cross over the street to go to the apartment she has, which is right above her brother's restaurant. And as she's walking down, this guy just clocks her. I mean, he winds up, it's a Popeye's twister punch, clocks her. And I mean, just breaks her entire face. Fractures her face in several places. Her jaw is wired shut. 3 teeth are knocked out. I mean, horrific. I want you to listen to the woman who was interviewed by Channel 7 Eyewitness News. What she had to say as this victim of another enemy of society, an enemy of women, who's walking the streets. We'll get to that later on.
What happened? Why you hitting me? Why you hitting me? I was bleeding a lot. Well, I'm so scared, I'm so afraid.
Now remember, her jaw is fully wired. I've had my jaws broken many times, fully wired. You can barely be heard. What exactly was she saying, Nancy?
She's saying that she was asking the man, why were you hitting me? I didn't do anything. Why were you hitting me? So at the time, I guess she just didn't know if maybe she had bumped into him, something had happened. So she's asking him, like, with surprise, what just happened?
But we see the video from the store. There's no bumping. Mm-hmm. He just approaches, cold cocks, sucker punches. Then she says the following.
He hit me very, very strong over here. And he break everything here. Everything's break.
So what did she say there?
Okay, so he hit her very strong over there. She's pointing to like her chip, the side of her cheek, and he broke everything in there. So her teeth that were knocked out, it was several of them, and that's why the jaw is now wired because of that.
All right. Now, finally, she tells Channel 7 the following about the attack on her.
Every time I see one man, I cross. I don't want to be close to nobody. I'm very afraid. Yes. I turn my son everywhere I going. I want you to walk with me.
Yeah. So then she's saying every time she sees a man, she crosses a street. She's not going to be close to anyone because she's afraid. She tells her son where she's going, and she wants him to now accompany her whenever she goes.
This woman has to navigate in the streets, fully wired jaw. In the future, it'll require surgery. I know. I've been in that similar situation about 3 times. You remember the most recent. Remember, Nancy, in the summer of George Floyd 2020, when Black Lives Matter hit me with a claw hammer as they were looting and shooting and rampaging in the streets when Comrade Bill de Blasio, the part-time mayor, the dope from Park Slope, told the cops to stand down June 1st, June 2nd of 2020. And I had a busted jaw for months. I know what that's like. It's horrible. This woman is suffering. And just knowing this guy's going to be standing out there because they're creatures of habit. So the cops didn't catch him at first. Who caught him?
Well, it was because, as you mentioned, because she lives in an apartment that's upstairs from her brother's restaurant. It was actually her brother and another gentleman who were there who wind up, chasing this man down, keep him restrained until the cops come. He did get arrested, but he was charged with third-degree assault, which is a misdemeanor.
Whoa. It's on video.
Yeah.
The cops can easily request the video. Store owners will give it up. They always do. So even after looking at this video, having eyewitnesses describe what happened, it's broad daylight. It's in the afternoon. It's not late at night under dark circumstances. The cops charged her with what?
Well, third-degree assault, that's the highest charge. There was a little lesser charge for harassment, but that doesn't do anything. The fact that it's a misdemeanor, and then this wasn't bail eligible, so he walked. So now keep this in mind, right? He has 2 previous arrests, one for second-degree assault where he attacked a cop. Okay.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. So these cops writing him up at the precinct.
Yeah.
They know, because now they've done the background, that he's assaulted one of their own brothers or sisters in blue. Second-degree assault, obviously more serious.
Correct. And the other charge he was arrested for was another assault. So, I think it just stands to reason. This is a recidivist. This is what, he's doing. The fact that, it's not considered bail eligible because they say, well, he's not a flight risk, right? He'll continue staying in New York City and just punching everyone in New York City. So, therefore, that's okay.
All right. So we have to do the deep dive on
yes.
this. We need to be specific.
Sure.
What did the arresting officers charge him with? I don't want to believe that the arresting officers charged him with third-degree assault because there was no intent. That's ridiculous, especially with the priors that he has. But maybe the deputy inspector of the precinct, because they're always knocking down felonies to misdemeanors, told them, no, you're not submitting it that way. You're submitting it as a misdemeanor. Maybe. Then we need to go to the arraignment judge, find out who the arraignment judge is, who heard the arraignment, and we know it's Eric Gonzalez, the DA of Kings County, the largest district attorney's office. Friend of Eric Adams, I might add. Eric Adams will never name and shame Eric Gonzalez. And find out what the ADA told the arraignment judge, what the DA's office was asking. Were they asking for bail? Were they asking for an increase in the charge because of the serious injuries that this school bus aide suffered? You got to do this, because to me, this is what goes on in this city all the time. Today, Eric Gonzalez should make a statement about this. We need to find out who is the arraignment judge. I don't want to hear this crap about, well, our hands are tied, we're handcuffed, we can't do our job. This is not a misdemeanor assault. This is a felony assault. They say it's not bail eligible. So slowly I turn, step by step. It always comes back to this sfashim, this skifosa. 2019. You want to know when you hear that a crime is not bail eligible? It's because of this sfachim.
In America, you are still innocent until proven guilty. And that's whether you're black or white. That's whether you're rich or poor. We're going to end the cash bail system once and for all. We're going to do it in New York, and we're going to do it this year.
So we see Cuomo, who is trying to resurrect his political career. The author, the person that passed no cash bail, has never apologized for that. Then Robert Holden has brought to our attention that the Bronx councilwoman, Amandama Farias, was demanding that the police do something about all these female attacks. Great. But then we find out that Amanda is one of these democratic socialists of America who wants to defund the police even more. Defund the police even more, which would mean less cops, and is a supporter of no cash bail. So, lady, you can't have it both ways. How is it you want more cops in the streets to protect women getting these sucker punch attacks? And I agree with her. But you're the one advocating that you reduce more money from the police budget. She's a champion of that. And she's a champion of no cash bail.
She's versatile.
Could I hear Andrew Evil Eyes Cuomo again? Because, again, I will continue to play this. Everyone else around here ignores it. The rest of the city and state may want to ignore it. But the author of No Cash Bail, the reason why all these enemies of society are walking the streets is because of Andrew Evil Eyes Cuomo.
In America, you are still innocent until proven guilty. And that's whether you're black or white, that's whether you're rich or poor. We're going to end the cash bail system once and for all. We're going to do it in New York, and we're going to do it this year.
You want an answer, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, Andrew, ascendeme. Tu si uprovino sfacim. Like your father, Mario, you are. Nancy, why is everybody trying to give this guy a pass? If not for him, most of these criminals would have been remanded to jail, no bail. Most of them, including the two mutts and skells who killed the heroic police officer, who I will be visiting at his wake tonight along with family and friends, and I hope everyone else will be out there for Jonathan Diller. I'm going to schlep out there, right? I'm taking the Long Island Railroad. No, that's actually tomorrow. I'm taking the Long Island Railroad to the funeral mass. I'll be outside with the peeps. I'm not going inside with all the politicos and, everybody who's going to act like they're really concerned, even though some of those electeds are for no cash bail and have bashed the police. I'll be outside with the peeps.